Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In the purple mystery box there is some math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. If you'd like to try this on your own, use the link in the description, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. Okay, let's start with a 0. 0 gives us 0. How about 1? Okay, 1 gives us 0. How about 2? Okay, so maybe we've got a constant function where f of x equals 0. Maybe this is a really quickly up and down trig function where it's always 0 when it crosses z. I'm going to put in 1/2. Oh, that's still 0, so I think I'm ruling out the trig. Let's put in a 10. So this is definitely staying at 0. If we get zeros in the negatives, I think we'll have it. Oh, we do not get zeros in the negatives. Okay, how about some further negative values? So -2, -3. Okay, interesting. And I'm just going to put in a 1/2 just to look at that closer to that point where it changes. Okay, so we saw one that was something like this last week. I think it was the challenge one last week. We've got two arms here, and there's this kind of point of discontinuity, this sharp turn in the middle, which seems pretty strange, and we wondered maybe this could be a piecewise function. We also noticed that it had some relationship to what absolute value functions look like. They also have those sharp turns in them. I think that's another variation of that. So let's think about how this could go. Last week, what we did was it was about subtracting x from a negative absolute value of x. I think that was how it turned out. So I'm going to play around with that. We want to get 0 here where everything is positive. So if you had, what if you had the absolute value of x minus x? So in the positives that would work because this would just come out to x minus x, which would always be 0. Would that work in the negatives? Let's think about that. If I put in a -1, I'd have -1 absolute value minus a -1. Yeah, so this is going to be 1 plus 1, that's 2. Yes, so that does seem to work. I think this might be it. If you need more convincing, let's put in a 2. Sorry, a -2. So this would be the absolute value of -2 minus a -2. So this is always going to flip the sign. This is going to flip the sign, and we'd get 2 plus 2 equals 4, and that's what we've got there. So I think we got it. Another variation of this absolute value and non-absolute value versions of the variable. So let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, this is the absolute value of x minus x, and let's graph that as well. And there it is, that sharp turn, somewhat similar to an absolute value function, but different angles, weird angles, because of this added or subtracted variable. Well, how did that go for you? I think that was super tricky. Let me know. Thanks, everybody.